Okay, we ready to go? Are we on? Welcome to the Extraordinary Council meeting of Wednesday, 29 April 2026. In the spirit of open, accessible and transparent government, Berrigan Shire Council's meetings are recorded. By speaking at a council meeting, members of the public agree to being recorded. Berrigan Shire Council accepts no liability for any defamatory, discriminatory or offensive remarks or gestures that are made during the course of the council meeting. Opinions expressed or statements made by individuals are the opinions or statements of those individuals and do not imply any form of endorsement by Berrigan Shire Council. Confidential matters of council will not be recorded. Recordings are protected by copyright and owned by Berrigan Shire Council. No part may be copied, recorded, reproduced or transmitted without the prior written consent of the CEO. Any recording is not and shall not be taken to be an official record of Berrigan Shire Council meetings or the discussion depicted therein. Only the official minutes may be relied upon as an official record of the meeting. A recording of the council meeting will be taken for administrative and minute preparation purposes only and is provided to the public for listening purposes to support council statutory obligations. Berrigan Shire Council acknowledges the traditional custodians of the lands on which we live and thrive. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. The peoples of these great nations, their spirits and ancestors will always remain with our waterways and lands. We don't have any apologies today, and we have no attendance via audio-visual link. There's no minutes to confirm. Are there any disclosures of interest? Nope. Okay, we have no mayoral minute or reports of committee. We have a single agenda item today being the Murray-Darling Basin Plan Review. And I'll ask Merrin to introduce that item 9.1 for us, please.
Thank you. The report provides an overview of the Basin Plan Review process and outlines the key issues raised in both the Ramjo submission and Council's own submission. Council's submission was prepared using the information available at the time, which included Ramjo's initial draft document, and the final version from Ramjo was released last Friday. The Council's submission does not address the Murray-Darling Basin Authority's discussion paper, which was limited mostly to technical issues. This is something that Ramjo led, and I believe most other councils that are responding have responded in the same fashion. Council's submission was also prepared on the clear premise that Berrigan Shire should be seen to support the regional organisation, strengthening Ramjo's position while applying a local lens to the issues that affect our communities. The Berrigan Shire Council submission highlights the socio-economic impacts we've seen across Berrigan Shire, the importance of maintaining current SDLs, so sustainable diversion limits, the need for clearer environmental objectives, and the value of a genuine place-based approach to water management. We've been able to demonstrate this using evidence-based and validated data. The report also summarises the consultation that has taken place with the Mayor, CEO, staff and the broader community, and it includes the communications plan for the submission once it's lodged. Thank you.
Thank you, Merrin. So we have a recommendation before us, which I would like to move with one addition. So I'd like to move that we endorse the Riverina and Murray Joint Organisation submission to the 2026 review of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan, that we endorse Council submission to that review of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan and authorise its submission to relevant authorities, and that our submission to the 2026 review of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan as distributed in the public council agenda of this meeting be replaced with the version distributed to councils by the CEO via email at 4:21 p.m. yesterday, 28 April 2026. And I also table a copy of that revised submission for councillors' review if they have not already done so. Do I have a seconder of that motion? Councillor Brooker? Okay, thank you. So perhaps I could just provide a little bit of background. At the time that the review was released, it was obvious to myself and the interim CEO that we did not have the internal expertise or technical knowledge to put together a fully formed response to the submission, and we felt that we would need to engage an external entity to do that for us. As it happened shortly thereafter, most of the Ramjo councils reached the same conclusion, and so we therefore determined that it was a good idea to join the joint initiative, which would cut our costs dramatically, and that was a cost of $5,000 contribution from each of the participating councils. So that particular submission was to be around mainly the technical components of the review. It came to light, I have attended numerous meetings about this, but it did come to light in Jerilderie when there was a Ramjo meeting that submission would not cover adequately tourism issues, which are issues that I know we articulated directly to Murray-Darling Basin Association when we had a representative here in December. And so that's when we realised that we would also need to have a complementary submission that would cover those, plus some other matters that supported supported the Ramjo submission and reiterated our position rather. And so when I did see the initial draft that was tabled publicly, I felt it needed a little bit more specifics around our tourism, and so thank you to the CEO and team for accommodating that, and hence we've got that additional document that I table today. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say in support or any questions about what I've just raised? No questions? Anyone wish to speak in favour? Anyone wish to speak against? Okay, did you want to say something, Councillor Stringer? You'll keep it, okay. All right, we'll put that to the vote. So all in favour of that motion? Thank you, carried. All right, that was the only agenda item we had for this extraordinary council meeting. So we will now close this extraordinary council meeting of 29 April at 4:37 p.m. Thank you.